intersection of time, space, reality, and fiction floats the yellow eye. Always watching, never blinking. His gaze has witnessed all that has happened before and knows what is yet to come. Countless stories of hope, hate, heroics, and heartbreak. It has no mouth by which to speak these lessons, so it calls upon its head clearer to tell these stories by word and by deed. Heed the yellow eye's lessons as it gazes upon its servant, just as the eyeball gazes upon you. Our story has already begun.
Oh, hi, my children, and welcome in. My name is Alynn the Yellow Eyed, and I'm the Dungeon Master, which means it's time for D&D episode 16. It's been a while. We know things happened. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna jump right into it, and we're gonna talk a little bit about where we were, what we were doing, and how we got to where we are. Something like that. Anyway, hi everybody.
Hola.
Hi.
Where we left off, essentially, you had spent some of your time exploring this particular lair, and you basically walked right in. Well, you walked into a side door and basically let yourself be known to the guards that were nearby. And at that point, you were taken to the throne room, in which you were finally you were introduced to the Queen of the Lizard Folk, and were given basically 24 hours to prove your intent to her people, and based upon what their opinion of you is, determines how she will determine how things are with you. Yeah, I just read what you wrote. Anyway.
Hyperbole. Her people. Hyperbole. Her bulby.
A herpy pole. Yeah, that's
Exactly.
Yeah, a herpy pole.
Got one
Herpes
of those after
pole,
I went to
even?
strip club
Yeah,
one
I was
time.
gonna say.
I've missed you efforts too, by the way.
Yeah, they don't
Sorry.
Great name for a bard. What's the bard's name? Herpy pole.
Herpy pole. You get that,
pole.
careful, you
Herpy
get that
pole
down
the
at the
bard.
dog brothel.
I mean,
Get that
listen,
name from there.
the D&D movie, the bard's name is Edgin, so take that for what it's worth.
Edgerton.
Edgin. You know, like edging, but...
No, I got it.
Okay.
No, you're good.
Uh-huh. Oh, I know. Listen, enough of that. So,
That's probably good luck.
after you had met with the queen, her retinue and had all left, leaving you in the throne room with your guide TikTok, who doesn't speak common but does speak Draconic, and anytime that you hear, well, to make things just kind of more clear as we're going through here, if you hear, if they are speaking in complete sentences and things like that, they are speaking Draconic. If they are a little less grammatically correct, then they are trying to speak Common. It is not a language that they know very much of, so just kind of keep that in mind. Most of them that know it are either learning or whatnot, so just kind of keep that in mind. So what is your all's plans? You're, like I said, you're in You're in the throne room right now.
First things first is, did my character do something stupid without me? Which
No. Nope. Literally everyone
crazy.
left. And you have 24 hours essentially to. I don't know exactly what she meant. Well, I do know what she meant. You're not entirely sure what she meant, but you're supposed to impress the people some way. I guess it's up to you to figure out what that is.
Mel's not on the map, so we're off to a good start.
Oh, is he not?
We're doomed. Nope. I ain't here to cause trouble. That's probably for the best.
He's invisible, and that's just you don't really want the invisible dwarf.
Oh, yes, you do. Yes, you do.
No,
Leave me invisible, please.
No. Let's fix that. Okay. Yeah.
I would like to ask our guide if they have a forge of any kind of metalworking, stoneworking, crafting, stuff like that.
Isn't Wilbane the only one that can speak to him? Is that
So I mean, no. He so essentially, Mel walks up to this guy and speaking common, just ask him all these things, and he just kind of cocks his head a little bit to the side. Turns to Wilvane. What does this one say?
Oh.
Oh, this is gonna be glorious. Are you muted, Danabo, by the way? I can't hear him. Yeah, you're muted, my dude.
I said he says a lot of things.
Wilvane!
But if you mean just now, he asked for a fire pit where you forge weapons.
No, use the fire pits. No secrets of steel. Why, we buy weapons.
That checks
He
out.
said no.
All right. Can you ask him if he wants to learn how to craft metal things and armor and weapons?
Does he look like he can learn? That's...
Well, no, not really, but that's not the point. We're trying to impress these people, so if they're buying weapons, I can help them make weapons.
I've got a bag full of them.
Well, we're trying to impress these people, so even if I don't show them anything of any real interest or merit, we're trying to impress them.
I could show them my shiny stone. Why are we whispering?
The whole time while you guys are while this whole thing is going on, TikTok is just like really just paying attention. As Woody talks, he's looking at them and then he turns to the other person, just very enraptured by this conversation that he has no clue what's being said at all.
Well, you can show him your shiny stone, but I don't think he'd be that interested in such things, my dude.
Do you think I should rub it first?
Obviously. Actually, that'd be preferable.
Never mind. Is his name really TikTok? I can't do this.
Right.
Anders.
Time he's just doing a stupid dance.
Doing the floss dance.
Oh, Lord.
It's TikTok. That's his actual name. But if you say it fast, it comes out TikTok. Yeah. So,
Do you mind if I just call you Tick? Is that
is okay.
okay? TikTok is a bit hard on the tongue.
That's what the ladies say.
I'm very visual. Oh, I can't.
Feel like I'm a lady and I don't say that. I don't.
You didn't understand any of it anyway.
Oh, okay, that's fine. That's fair. So then I really don't say it. So
Shall we?
I mean, Mel, I wouldn't mind learning how to forge some metal. Oops, sorry.
We should probably move on, Tick. Yes.
Then I could show you as well. Assuming that our lizard guide here would be interested in learning. Well, Living, what did he say about that, by the way?
He says a lot of things.
Probably don't even have the raw materials here to, like, learn. Unless you want to spend the day mining for.
Can't you just give him some gold?
Oh, technically you could. Technically, I could do that too.
Technically, or literally, or figuratively.
All of them, please.
Yes.
I don't think you teach them very well if you just sat there and prayed for a couple of hours and then a sword popped out your ass, but
You're not wrong, but again, you're threatening a dwarf with mining and crafting. The rest of it well-based.
We have 24 hours. You're going to have to build a forge.
I could probably build one in 3 hours, given the magics that I know. So...
How much, raw materials do you have on you to, teach them how to use the forge after you make it appear out of thin air?
I've got several G worth of golden material and magic. I think I can pull something out of my ass.
That's fair.
Never trust a dwarf when forging's on the line.
No. So, I turned back to TikTok here, and I really slowed down my words, just trying to hope that he understands. Me, dwarf, craft, and I pull out my hammer. Craft. You want to see how to craft? And
I think he's threatening you, Tick.
And at that
When you pull your hammer out, right? Now, when you're saying craft, are you like making hammering motions or anything while you're doing this?
I have my hand is fully up, just underneath the head of my mace, using my other fist as like a hammering motion on top of it, kind of thing. Like, I'm not trying to threaten him, but I'm obviously armed at this point. But you want learn craft?
Pink skin. Is this one, how say, a couple of mosquitoes shy?
Of a swamp, yes.
There are no mosquitoes. Just so we're clear, no mosquitoes at all.
You didn't understand anything that he said. Why does he slap his weapon?
He wants to teach you how to make them.
Is easy. Put stick and put rock. Tie rope. Finish. Why is this so difficult for him?
He has a different way of crafting. It comes out of his butt. I don't know.
This is scary magic. How? The end is very large. How?
Would you like a demonstration?
I would not.
No.
No.
It's not a pleasant sight.
Killing me here, man. You know, if I'm not crafting, I'm pillaging, just so we're clear.
So, are we standing here, or do you wish to explore and meet the people?
Is there somewhere you would take us? High-ranking member of the clan here?
Well, we could see the shamans.
Preferably someone that speaks the common tongue. But This is getting very tiring.
Let's see. Oh, I has an idea. Come with. And he starts heading northward and kind of motioning for you all to follow him.
Tick says go with him. He wants to see your butt thing.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, what? What'd you tell him? But I was being sarcastic with you. Come on. What'd you tell him? Yeah. Let's just follow him. It's probably better than playing telephone with him.
Yeah, let's go show him your butt thing, Mel.
I don't think the group's ready for our for the little butt trick we've learned, my friend. Damn it, I'm sorry.
So that's what you were doing on that boat together.
Well, how do you his nickname? I'm sorry. I'm gonna shut up now. Pet names don't come from nowhere. Yeah, but no, I'm done. Sorry. But yes, let's carry on and follow our guide here.
Sure. So he basically kind of takes you up, and as you all kind of make your way behind him, he continues down this hallway a little bit up until, there we go. There we go. And he comes around, goes through the tunnel. Now, one of the big things about a lot of these tunnels is that while the throne room was well lit, the hallways themselves don't really have a lot of light going on with them, so they are very kind of dim and whatnot. So as you move on, it does be... Wow, why did that move so slow? That was...
Yeah, that was a very slow movement.
You're encumbered?
Yeah, I don't know. It just moved slow on the thing for some reason. It was weird. All right. So as you turn the corner,
Nessa glow, so she's like super sparkly. So it
That would
won't be
freak
very.
them out. Please don't make me glow. I don't want to freak out the lizard people.
I like how you just walked
already
into the
did.
wall there, but it's fine.
I don't see a wall.
Yeah, so he kind of comes up, and as he goes north a little bit, he stands at an opening.
It's creeping. It's creeping.
Yeah, I don't know why that's doing that. That is way more ominous than it needs to be. Let me fix that real quick. Like that's a little...
Change it to the upbeat swamp music.
Yeah. The better swamp music. All right, so as you make your way a little bit northward, he stands by another doorway, and as you kind of get close to that, you can start hearing some louder voices. And these voices are, hold on. Did my thing just break?
Buzz, 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 buzz.
Okay. So do y'all see what I'm talking about? There's as you're getting closer, there's definitely some extra commotion basically happening down the hallway to the west side.
Can I see right now? Is it lit lately?
It's not very well lit at all. You will have a bit of difficulty. You can see a little bit.
Okay. So
Yeah, I definitely cast light on her.
Yeah.
Because she has light 20.
That's what I say. I was like,
Around her, so
actually, it shows
she can
her as
see.
being. Yeah, you can see.
Okay.
So as you start kind of making your way, Wilvan, are you staying with the group? Or are you moving elsewhere?
Sorry, I was eating meat snacks. All right.
Oh, yeah. Eat your meat snack.
King
I don't know what kind of meat they are, but
Yeah, well,
let's see if I hit the wall.
Lizard folk.
Oh, look at that. Perfect.
perfect. Yeah.
You go
All right.
so much faster than me.
It's his tiny legs.
They move very quickly, those little tiny legs. So he walks down to the end of the hall and opens the door, and when the door opens, just this waft of light kind of shines down into the area, and the smell of roasted meat just assaults your nostrils as it comes wafting down in here. You can basically, right as you see, there's just this giant fire pit at the far end of a table, and in that fire pit, there's a bed of coals, and there's some half-cooked skinned animal carcasses that are all impaled on spits, being basically held over the fire, being cooked. On the floor, there's a bunch of uncured hides, and right in the middle is a long wooden table with has all sorts of different knives and raw meat and bone splinters and things like that. And on the south wall, as you get a little closer, since all of you are kind of moving up that way, as you're moving on the south wall, as you get a little closer, you can see there's some shelves with a lot of different clay pots, bowls, basins, just a lot of different clay pots and stoneware pots. And there's also an open wooden cask on the east wall, and there looks to be like some white crystallized powder of some sort in it. And then there's also 3 wooden buckets as well.
Do you mind if I interrupt for one moment, please?
No, sure.
Hey, Pingus, is there something up with your mic setup? You're a lot of static, my dude.
No, that could be.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry to interrupt. It's just something,
So in this room as well are a bunch of lizard folk that some are sitting around the table, others are attending to the fire, the spits that are currently sitting in the fire, and yeah, here you go. And there we are. All right, yeah. So there's about 5 of them in here, and they all kind of stop. The whole conversation essentially stops as you walk in, but because you're walking in with a lizard folk, they don't immediately jump up and attack or anything like that. There we go. And he moves out of the way, TikTok moves out of the way, basically allowing you all to kind of filter in behind him. And the rest of the lizard folk basically are just kind of paying attention to you as they walk in. Their conversations kind of stopped as you all have entered into the room here.
I'm gonna hit a wall, aren't I? Nope, I got it.
I don't like how they're all red. That scares me.
I don't like how they're red either.
That's because by default, it puts them all in as bad guys.
I think the game's trying to tell us something, you guys.
No, that's just by default. That's what it does. So yeah, it made them all invisible again because it's silly that way. Yeah, anyway.
Is this food cooked? Mulvane will take a seat and start eating.
So you're just gonna push that dude out of the way that was sitting there? No, I'm trying to get them all back up. Last guy.
Well, next to him, he's got space on his stool. But...
Yeah, so it looks like this isn't really a place for sitting and eating. This is more of a prep table.
That'll do.
But what are you grabbing off the table? I mean, there's knives, there's you know, things like that laying around. Some vegetable-like tubers that they don't quite look like potatoes, but they're potato-like.
Wilvain will know what it is. It's fine. He'll eat some of the vegetables. Grab a hunk of meat.
All right. The only hunk of meat that's on that table is a still seeping leg of some kind of creature.
Perfect.
Favorite.
Go ahead and give me a Constitution save, please.
We'll put some salt on it first.
Okay.
Not savage.
This fancy book that you're making, my good sir.
That was some bad meat. He spits it out.
It's very, it is unappetizing in its current form. And, you fight very hard to keep down the contents of your stomach.
No, he doesn't fight. He just spits it out.
No, I got you, but I'm saying what is actually in your stomach also wanted to leave.
Yeah, it's all out. It's all on the table.
Oh my god.
So you're not even gonna okay. All right. Yeah, so you take a bite of this raw chunk of meat. It tasted terrible, and you just threw up all over their table. Okay.
Oh my god.
We're trying to impress these
There's
people,
a whole lot of just hissing, a lot of indistinct because a lot of voices are going on at once. You do hear some disgusting, you can hear some words of what is wrong with this pink skin. You can hear that kind of pop in Draconic. And the rest of you just see everybody kind of jumping back from the table and being making all sorts of crazy snake noises. As they do.
No claim to them.
And
I point at Wilvain.
TikTok's like holding up his hands and trying to and saying something that most of you can't understand, was like, they do not know our ways. Must be taught when food is cooked and when food is raw. Little one did not know.
Savage.
Little one prefers it raw. It's just need more salt.
Oh my god.
I think this one is a hatchling.
Because he's small.
The others, bigger, but only one that speak the languages. And some of the other ones kind of nod and, are you just sitting there with a pile of vomit, like, directly in front of you on this table? You're not getting up or anything? I just want to make sure that I'm visualizing this correctly.
If there's a cloth or something, I'll try and brush it aside, but it's fine.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you kind of try to squeegee it with your arm onto the floor.
Have I got any faces left? Let's see. No, they're all
All the faces have been given out,
Thankfully.
which is really good because, one of them was one of these guys' faces. So
Oh
it's
my
probably a really good idea
Oh,
you
Lord.
didn't have that on when you showed up here. But, that's neither here nor there.
Even though we did offer it to the queen.
Oh god.
Yeah, well,
Again, how we managed into a diplomatic anything at this point is amazing to me. Just.
This is like C-3PO and the Ewoks. Like,
Yeah. So TikTok's just
rolling on the spit.
He kind of taps on. Just tell others this is kitchen where we create and cook our food for whole clan.
Tick said this is a kitchen.
Got it.
Sense.
Right.
All right.
So, kitchen. Do we know what the white powder is?
Salt.
Kane.
Is there any kind of like cleaning items? Is there,
Well, we assumed it was
anything
salt.
around
Can you-
just to kind of like get rid of this vomit on the table?
I mean, most of the vomit is now on the floor after it had been squeegeed, off the wooden table. And then a bucket of is picked up, and most of the lizard folk quickly kind of moved the rest of the foodstuffs away from the mess left, and keeps showing you the bucket, Wilvane, and is like trying to make like a motion like they're going to pour it onto the table where you're sitting.
What's inside it?
Looks like water.
Alright, I'll move out of the way. Alright. Fine.
Okay. So as you kind of back up, they then basically just dunk just all that bucket of water on there, and with a very strong handmade brush with some like reed for the brush bristles, using some sort of reed, and quickly started scrubbing the area and getting what was left of the mess kind of under control. And then they just move everything back. Food, the meat is not good unless cooked.
Makes sense.
I get that now. Could have told me before.
I didn't know you were going to just bite into it. I thought...
That's what she knows.
So one of the lizard folk kind of, is there any other reason they are here? I guess not.
We're here to speak to someone. Tick.
Yes.
You said that we were talking to someone that speaks common. Where are they? What are we doing in the kitchen?
Oh, yes. Yes, that is what I said, yes.
Where are they?
They are not here.
Then takes us to them.
And he says, I apologize, continue with your work. And he leads you all back out the same door that you all came in and starts to move back down the hallway.
Yeah.
We made a good first impression.
Yeah, I'm just playing follow the leader at this point. I'm
Okay.
just trying not to touch anything.
All right.
Dude,
No worries.
Do we know what this white powder is? Did we get a sense of what that is?
I mean, it's a big container of white powder. Just looking at it, it's crystalline in shape. But
It wasn't a soul.
well, you tasted it. It did taste like salt.
Yeah, okay.
but it's not. But it's not like
it.
it's not like fine salt. It's very roughly collected, almost as if they basically have just been taking ocean water and letting it evaporate, and then crumbling it up and filling this barrel with it.
Yeah.
Ocean salt.
I was gonna sing it. Damn.
Okay, so as you continue southward, or excuse me, as you continue, he starts to move south, taking you all along with him. Hold on 1 second here. Whoops.
Oh,
there we go.
See, nothing but darkness. A time has come. The darkness.
There we go. For some reason, the fog of war was doing something weird. Yep. And as you continue to move down through, he continues southward, and from there, why is this doing this? Sorry, I'm having a little technical. I'm having a little technical difficulties right here. So as you basically are following them down, you find yourselves going through quite a few.
Oh God, what happened? I can't see. I don't know where I'm going. How did I end up over here?
I don't know. What did you do?
Bard magic.
I was pressing.
There you
I
are.
was pressing the little gold thing in the corner to make the map move, but
Oh.
I guess I ended up over there.
Yep, that was not where you somehow you wall hacked and you found yourself.
Axor.
Oh God.
Okay,
Anyway,
so he
moving on.
continues moving down the hallway, and as you all follow, you eventually find yourselves again by another door.
Nessa, I need to learn how to do that.
What?
Go through walls.
Oh yeah, you keep hitting them, bud.
Why does that? Okay, there we go. Yeah, for some reason there's a lot of weird shit going on here, and I apologize. There's some weird technical things happening, and I don't know why. Like my map is blank for some reason, which it shouldn't be, but yeah, which is making things more difficult.
I can see that.
And everything is breaking, and I don't frickin'. And then now it clear. Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
Fine.
All right, so
Everything is fine.
Burning down the house.
there we go. Yeah, so he continues down southward and takes you into another area. Now this one. Why did he get stuck on the wall? There we go. So as everyone starts moving southward here, he goes around a corner and up towards another door. And this one, and he opens this door up. And this room itself is a little more less light is coming through it, basically. But in that room itself, there are a bunch of beds kind of set up. And inside that is quite a bit of lizard folk. Some lounging around. But they look like they're getting ready for some sort of, either they're going on a mission or something to that effect. But as soon as you walk in, there are, let's see, hold on, let's get all these people here so y'all can see them. So yeah, there's a grand total of people or 6 lizard folk in here. They are all, again, as I said, looking like they're getting ready for something. And once I get them all placed, hold on, give me a second here. When TikTok walks through first, it didn't really seem to make much of a difference. But as Mel walked in directly, let's get everybody moved up here to where we were.
I'm definitely trying to let Dude lead the way.
Oh, he's in there. Yeah, I just have it. He's in there first, but as soon as you are basically right there behind him, there is a one of the lizard folk, one of them that is essentially wearing kind of what looks like a lot of different like feathers and trinkets and a bone necklace and things like that. Attack! That's what. Where are you? You're way up here. Sorry, I didn't.
You left me behind.
Yeah, I did. I forgot all about everyone else's. You're just back there.
Can you just teleport me down? Is that a thing? Yeah, cool.
There you go. The super speed run.
Jealous.
The one,
tiny legs.
Yeah. Yep, right behind. So, attack!
Attack! What are we attacking?
So, did you just say that in common?
No.
Oh. Okay.
I'm asking them who we're attacking.
And the guards all grab their weapons and turn towards you, Mel.
Oh, that guy. Yes.
I put my hands up and just I have this look of shock in my face. What? You know? I didn't do it.
I put my hand on Mel's shoulder, just kind of like putting my other hand up and start pulling him back a little bit. Like just need to back up some.
I resist a little bit. Just what?
Give me a persuasion check.
For me?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, hold on. I don't remember what that is.
Gonna die.
Yep, I'm screwed.
So the guards themselves don't seem like they're all that inclined to believe you or you know, whatever you're about. They're not really into whatever that is. And they kind of step forward menacingly. TikTok is kind of looking at them, and he's saying something in Draconic that most of you can't understand. But you all are.
What's he saying?
As they encroach, I pull out my shield, not my weapon, just my shield, and just let Theobald pull me back a little bit, hiding behind my shield with my eyes just above it.
So he's basically trying to tell them that they're here at behest of the Queen, and to stand down, that that you're allowed to be here and you are supposed to be meeting the people, and he's trying very desperately for that to happen, but the one lizard folk in the back that seems to kind of be egging them all on is kind of overriding it with his own, kill the intruders and all that kind of fun stuff.
See, here's the fight. All them.
Tick. Hello.
Yes. And he's trying to look at you, but he's also trying to keep himself kind of positioned between you and them.
Tell them the round one wants to show him his butt mace.
What? No. Show me.
This is not a time for such magics.
My God.
Oh, I'll tell him myself. Hello?
Yeah, we're doomed. Hold on.
Yes,
Hello?
yes. You listen to the hatchling.
Hatchling? Which one's the hatchling?
Are you not hatchling?
What do you mean?
You're so small.
What?
Have not
Why would you
grown big.
mention that?
I thought that maybe they would not attack a hatchling.
I just didn't grow very well.
Well, this isn't better. Please put down your weapons. I was wrong. This isn't a hatchling. Apparently, this one is full-grown pigskin. But smaller than those pigskins. I don't understand, but it's not. This is terrible. Please. Calm yourselves. And the lizard folk kind of look confused and are looking between you, Tick, and the other important looking lizard folk in the room, almost as if they're just like they're not quite sure what they're supposed to be doing. Great shaman. This is Tick speaking. These are envoys from Saltmarsh. They are here to meet the people.
Hello?
And you kind of see most of them visit. You just walk right up in the room. All right. So Wilbane just walks right up in the room.
Oh my God.
Are they going to attack a hatchling, really? That's just...
Oh, now you're a hatchling. The dude's got a full-grown beard. Like, this is a hatchling. This is just a little one of those bigger ones.
Ask one of them for uppies.
Please.
Wilvane will introduce himself. Wilvane Saverly. Pleasure to meet you.
This one speaks the tongue of the people. Yes, the tongue of the people.
I'm right here. You don't have to talk past me. What's...
Heresies, say the one in the back. It is only here to trick us.
Into doing what? I'm surrounded.
Unknown as of yet. But I do not trust you, Pinkskin.
I do not trust me, so that's two of us.
Then we have an accord.
Yes. May my friends enter the room without you poking them? One of them's got a butt mace.
Go on.
Oh my God.
No, like. All right. So as there's some whispering. Butt mace. What is a butt mace? Like you can kind of hear that whispering.
Is there even a word in lizard tongue for butt mace?
So there.
I think it's kind of a plug. But,
There is. It's not exactly a direct translation, but it's roughly translated to defecation weapon. So
Go on.
that's basically what they've been talking about this whole time is a defecation weapon. 'Cause that's as close as they have to a translation for butt mace.
I saw them open for offspring.
Glory.
And which one is this with the butt mace? Show this
Sorry, I was
one to me.
distracted. What's his name? Mel. Come in now.
I'll approach the door and just cautiously, like, the shield's still out, but he's lowered it just a little bit so he can get like the full face on. What do you need?
They want to see your butt mace.
And Tick is kind of motioning you in, like it's good. Come on in.
I'll step just right to his right shoulder. If you say so. I'm not here for trouble, but are you telling them I have a butt mace?
So as you're talking to Wilvane, one of the lizard folk kind of walks to the side of you, and you see him kind of like lean over, trying to get a look from, at you from behind, just like looking back out of just pure curiosity.
You like what you see?
Oh my god.
I mean, buy me a drink first, mister.
Oh my god.
Can't understand.
And I kind of just lean over and like extend a hip out to show my butt a little bit more.
So you're like jutting your ass out a little bit. Well, this guy, okay.
He's curious. I mean,
This is like a really horrible magic trick where I don't want to see the ending.
well, if they want a weapon, I could make one for you that doesn't involve my butt.
Dear, I thought the bard was supposed to be seduced.
Yeah.
But here's
The bard has 1 foot out the door, baby.
And some of the other ones, while this one's kind of looking, the curiosity seems to be getting the better of the other ones in the room. And they all kind of start crowding forward. But then from the back,
Giggity.
you hear again, the one that looks to be of somewhat important with their various head adornments. Stop! He yelled in Draconic, and then follows up with, "These two make fun you." I.e., he says it in common. Pretty good common, actually.
I'm not laughing though. And I glance over him, just give him that stink eye. If I was making fun of you people, I would be laughing.
What do you mean, you people?
Oh shit.
I mean, you specifically riling up these folk of yours, trying to paint me as the enemy. I'm here to make friends, make weapons, give you gifts, and you threaten to attack me? That's what I mean by you people. So if you don't want my gifts, I'll just leave.
He narrows his already narrowed eyes just even more, and you can just barely see the lizard-like eye slit, and his third eyelid kind of blink over it real quick, remoistening his eyes. I do not trust pinkskins. I do not trust you or the hatchling.
That's probably for the best, honestly. My question to you then, would you, trust or not, would you like to make trade? I would have a gift for you if so.
I need nothing of yours, Pinkskin.
All right. Living, I've seen enough here. At this point, I think I'm just antagonizing this creature. And I'll simply back up a little bit. Putting my shield on my back at this point.
So are you back? You're just backing out?
I turn square around, put my weapon, my shield up, and... All right, I'm out. straight turning my back to these creatures for whatever happens.
So you are going to turn. You're going to turn your back to them. That's what I'm asking.
Yes.
Okay. So as you turn around, all of the lizard folk kind of crane their necks to see around each other to look at your backside as you walk away.
See, Thorgrim, they like what they see. So it's not just the bard in their wily ways. Feel special. Yeah. And
What about you, Will?
my butt.
They must like them thick. I don't know.
All right.
Wolverine had a real actually and running the room. Is there
that's fine.
Is there a chair in here?
There's a couple of benches around that table in the center.
Maybe want to take your seat and start gargling some water out of his backpack.
Okay.
To wash his mouth out.
All right. Yeah, so you sit down and just start doing it, and surprisingly, most of them in the room seem pretty relaxed. The shaman seems extremely irritated at this point.
Are you going to take a seat?
I turn my back to see if, and kind of glance back to see if they look at my rear end too.
No, they don't seem interested in your rear end at all. Because you're not known to have a butt weapon. So.
Fair. Definitely like them thick.
Darn right. Darn right.
So yeah, Wolverine's asking if the shaman wants to take a seat.
And he just looks at you with a whole lot of distrust and moves forward. And there's nothing you can say to make me trust you. But say your piece.
We live on a spinning planet that rotates around a much bigger sun, along with other planets and heavenly bodies rotating around the sun that all create gravitational pull on one another while our galaxy rotates and travels through the universe. Therefore, let us be friends.
Bravo. Bravo.
Oh my god!
God damn it, I should have never told y'all.
What else do you expect from us?
He stops and what does that even mean?
Oh god.
Nobody knows what it means.
I can't breathe.
I'm not sure. I read it in a book somewhere. It sounded prophetic.
You confuse me.
Do you have anything to eat? My stomach's empty.
The kitchen is up the hall.
I don't want anything out of that kitchen.
Certainly left something with it. Fuck.
And TikTok kind of reaches in and pulls out a lump of something wrapped in a bunch of leaves, palm leaves, essentially, or some sort of palm, perhaps, and kind of puts it on the table in front of you.
Oh, thank you, Tech. That really tips.
Enjoy. And it's. Sorry, go ahead.
We're going to shout back. Is anybody else coming in? What's happening? We're supposed to talk to these people.
I don't speak the language.
He speaks common.
Oh.
Yeah, you remember y'all told him to take. You told Tech to take you to someone who speaks common, and then you end up in this room, and you all are just speaking like there's a dude in here that understands every single word you're saying. Yeah. Anyway,
also thinks that we have a defecation weapon.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Yep.
At this point, Mel's just leaning up against the door, kind of shaking his butt from side to side, having the wrong impression altogether. So,
I'm gonna close the door as I get in.
Just
click.
yeah. So the room itself is other than the table in the middle with the single burning candle. The majority of the room is really just 15. Essentially, they just look like bedrolls, mattresses that have been stuffed with leaves or hay or something to that effect. Probably not the most comfortable thing in the world. However, for it is a place to sleep. That is for sure. But that is all that you can basically see in this room. There is a couple of chests in here, though, that you do see.
Oh God.
You closed the door, so.
Did you close the door? Oh, you did. All right. Yeah, you did.
Just chilling outside at this point.
Yep. All right.
Need to see more dwarf ass.
All right.
Oh yeah, no. Y'all are lucky that dwarf you didn't catch eye of those chests, by the way.
So, what is your overall plan while you're in here, Wilvane?
Are there any cups on the table?
No. It's
Any containers nearby?
no, not really. I mean, other than the chests that I talked about, but
He's just trying to start a conversation with this one that talks common.
okay.
He's
You're-
chowing down on his food right now.
So just eating and talking. After a little bit of time, some of the other lizard folk actually kind of speak up, and they ask all sorts of different questions, not just questions about you, but peakskins and how they do things. Do they really scrub themselves? That's why their skins are pink. Just a lot of just innocuous questions, miscommunications, misunderstandings of what the pink folk do and things like that. And for the most part, the other lizard folk in here do the majority of the question asking. The shaman has kind of more or less sat back and gone to observation mode while all this is happening. Only really answering anything if spoken to directly, and always speaking Draconic unless it becomes obvious that he has to say common or that person's not going to understand. So is there just going to answer their questions, or I'm just trying to get a general feel of what your intentions are while you're in here. Also,
Wilvane will answer his questions. I don't know if Nate's going to correct him because Wilvane's going to give Wilvane answers. So
absolutely, that makes.
I mean, are you actually going to respond in common, or am I just going to
Oh yeah, okay. They get completely the wrong information. All the wrong customs and.
Okay, all right, yep. So why they do the things they do because they're dumb or whatever it is. Okay, cool. So what I need, before I do that, what about the three of you out in the hallway? Because this conversation actually goes for a little bit of time.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why we're excluded out here. So
Let's put it this way: since what you're doing right now is actually having a conversation and trying to convince folks at this point in time, it's going to take about 3 hours of conversation, followed by a check to see how well you carried yourself with these individuals.
If it's going to take that long, after about 10 minutes or so, I will have knocked on the door politely and tried to come back in, having produced at least one short sword magically in that time, just out of boredom.
Does it only takes 10 minutes to do that? I thought it was an hour.
Yeah, it's 1 hour. If we're gonna be here 3 hours, I got 10 gold to throw at making a weapon. Just
Okay.
a gift.
So you're just gonna be in the corner doing prayers and stuff to make a sword.
Yeah.
Okay. That's easy enough. All right.
Does it come out of his butt? Is that...
In this case, it actually comes out of both palms of my hand as I just extend out this short sword. It pops up, I grab it, and here you go.
Okay.
And when Dwarfy's done, he just puts it on the table. Gift.
So as you go and you kind of start your business over here in the corner, what is it doing? What is it doing? The one that speaks common points at Mel as he's doing his prayers.
Is that in common by chance?
Yes. Yes.
I'm making you a gift.
Making a butt weapon.
It's not a butt weapon. It's a gift from my god, so I can make a gift for you. Butt weapon. Is that why these folks are looking at my butt? And
Probably. I mean, Wilvain introduced you as the dude who can. He asked you to come in because to show them your butt mace.
Yeah. So yeah, he did say that in common. Yeah.
But this weapon didn't come from my butt, and
It's what they all say.
Mel squares up with the group and shows them over the course of an hour that he makes the point of making the weapon between his hands, not his butt. I'll show them it's not a butt weapon. Just
All right. So making it a show that it's definitely coming from your hands. So as that hour goes by and eventually you do... Sorry, go ahead.
Wilvain will tell them that they actually poop from their hands.
Jesus.
All right.
I will touch you.
Perfect. Nobody else... Listen, nobody else knows what he's telling them. So...
Yep.
Everything he says is for him to say. And
Make for some interesting handshakes.
yeah.
Oh lordy.
So as you're doing that, Wilvain explains that we poop from our hands. Nessa, are you just gonna stand out in the hallway?
I'm writing songs.
Okay.
I'm writing songs for the lizard folk.
Okay. Write the songs that make the whole world sing. Perfect.
Yeah. I'm hoping it'll help make them a little more docile.
Okay.
Wilvain will play with the candle on the table, making it change colors and flicker on and off. Just
Is your show of magic to impress us?
what? No, passing the time.
So, while all this is going on, you create Mel and Wilvain. I need you two to both roll some persuasion checks for me.
Persuasion. That one. Boom. Those 9s today.
Okay. All right. Easy enough. And perfect. All right. Yeah. So no worries. And that is that. Okay. Cool. So after spending a few hours here, even with the creation, you don't seem to have really persuaded the shaman that much, but the other lizard folk seem very amicable towards you and are really you seem like you've gotten on their good side. So
Yee.
All right.
What do we know about shamans? What do they do?
So from what you remember, when you did you kind of read up on them before you went on this little part of the adventure, and you do remember that basically they're kind of while the queen is the person who is in charge of the entire clan, the shamans kind of have their own hierarchy that also exists, kind of separate, but they still technically fall under the queen. But they have their own hierarchy within it themselves. Generally revered, being the religious leaders of the clan.
Do they practice arcane magic? Are they priests?
So they're you know what? Give me an Arcana check. You know that based on that roll, that it is more primal in nature. So less arcane, more druid-like.
All right. Well, can we at least get your name before we leave?
If the winds wish you to know it, it shall whisper it to you.
That's a long name. I'll call you Winds.
You test my patience.
I try.
And he takes just a really deep breath.
Okay.
Are there any trinkets around here? Has he got any equipment?
I mean, they all have their own. They all have their own stuff that they kind of have, but as far as like trinkets and things go, not really. I mean, other than of course the shaman himself having their own type of reliquary that he's wearing, again with like the necklace with the bone necklace and things like that.
Okay, Wolverine will pull out the golden skull from the bag of holding, put it on the table, and walk out of the room. And say, farewell.
She's giving him an okay. All right, so you're just gonna drop that golden skull right on top of the table, turn around and leave. Okay. What is that? What is that skull worth? What is that skull
I can't
worth?
remember what you told me.
It should be on the character sheet, right?
5-10 gold, something like that.
Oh, is it on the sheet?
Yeah. And mind you, Mel is half passed out, leaning up against the wall when this happens, just bored out of his gizzard, so the thumb barely fucking registers, so it's just like, wait, what happened? Huh?
It was nice meeting you all.
20 gold, yeah.
Yeah, 20. Okay. Yeah. Got it. All right, cool. Yeah. So with that, I think it's actually a good time to take a break. We're going to go ahead and do that. You finally sat down and had a conversation with some folks. Looks like you made an impression. Whether it was good or bad still remains to be seen. So we'll see how that goes. But we're going to take a break for about 15 minutes. We'll be back. We're back. I'm back. You're back. We're all back for a Mac attack, I guess. So you just spent a couple of hours chatting with a few some commoners, and it went okay, maybe. It seemed like a mixed bag. It seemed like a mixed bag. But you had just got done, you spent a few hours talking with them and getting to know them and explaining your intentions. And then Wilvain put a golden skull on the table along with the sword that was created by Mel, and you left.
And Seabold would like to just toss out version 2 of 4 poetry erotic with pictures. Just toss that on the table before he leaves.
Just all right. So a book of erotica.
Hell of a list of gifts we've left, but damn.
They're gonna think it's a nature documentary, I guess. I don't know. All right. Okay. So now what?
Glorious.
I'm picking that up on the way out.
I think we should wander in a random direction and go until we find creatures, or lizard folk, or whatever. Dwarfy don't care.
Should probably find or ask him to lead us to more people who speak common.
So well, I can.
That didn't work out well for us last time.
Man, yeah.
You know what?
So based on when you first walk out, there's 2 basic directions that you can go. Back the way you came, which is to the east, or you could move to the west. Now, on the west side, there is light coming from that direction.
Oh, I'm all about the west side then.
So
Yeah.
So there, like I said, there looks to be lighting over on that side.
Mel will just slowly wander up in this direction.
Yep.
Not really saying too many words to anybody, just
Yep. And then
wandering at this point.
TikTok, kind of in the midst of you. Now, as you all kind of look around and do as you move in here, all right. What you're basically starting to see is that there's looks like a large pool.
Oh no.
Of, a large pool of water, essentially. And you basically, it's like a huge cave, right? So it's not just a pool of water, it's actually, a cavern as well. And there is a narrow stone footpath that essentially kind of goes around the outside of it. And obviously you're arriving from the south side of that. You can see that it does connect to another tunnel on the far end. And you can also see at the very far side of the cave, the opposite of where you're currently standing, is a cave that looks to be opening up to the outside, and since it's actually still daylight, you can actually see some light shining through it. And inside the cave, or inside down in this kind of pool, there is as you get closer, you realize that it isn't just water. It looked like water while you were a little bit away from it, but as you get closer, you could see that it's just a lot of thick, damp mud. So there's like a layer of water over top of it, but you can see through the water and just see a bunch of thick, sloppy mud kind of everywhere. There are a lot of tracks that you can see in the mud. And there's a couple of large creatures that suddenly they start to rush your direction. So let me get that. There's a few of them. There's 6 of them, and they are huge. They are just really, really big. kind of some of the biggest ones that you've seen. And they move with abandon straight toward you, and
you won't like you.
With that, where are we at? There we go. There we go. Perfect. And
as Mel notices this, error. As Mel notices this, he throws an arm around.
Well, hold on. Let me get it all set up first, and then we'll talk about what we're about to do.
Yay!
Yeah. Let me get everything set up, and then we'll talk about it.
We're doomed. Doomed.
What I do need everyone to do is go ahead and roll initiative, though.
Before any of this happens, Wilvain's going to mage hand the door closed, pull on Nessa's hand, and say, "Am I short?"
No, you're just fun-sized.
I feel like I'm pretty tall for a gnome.
You are pretty tall for a gnome. You know, don't let them take you down.
Exactly 2 feet and a half. It's quite tall.
And that half is like everything right there.
Yes.
All right. Yep. So you two were up front. That's fine. You guys were here. Sorry, I'm just putting everybody to where you removed yourself to before.
No need to be sorry.
Because I wanted to get everything set up beforehand, and
could work.
Well, that's right. We're rolling for something. Hold on.
Initiative.
Initiative. Yep. Finally, we're fighting something. Yes. Oh wait, what?
No.
I rolled a 1, but it's a 5. But...
Shit.
Yeah.
Middle. This one.
I've been mid-range all night. Nice.
All right. Nice. 22.
20 gang.
All right. So right now, you guys, where you two are standing, I don't think. Oh, here we go. That's weird. Why isn't it not doing the thing here?
GG.
Yeah. Sure. So there's these, they're all extremely large creatures. And being that there we go, you can see a couple of them. All right. And perfect. All right. So you can see these. First up is Nate.
Nate
Can see them from where I'm at. Yes.
From where you are, you can make out a couple of them with your dark vision. So yeah, you can make out those 4. The 2 at the top, there's one, the one directly in front, and then there's one in the back as well. So you've got 2 upper ones and all that. They've definitely seen y'all. They're definitely looking in y'all's direction, and they look angry.
Where's our friend?
He's back there with you two. Everyone kind of moved up in front of him. So if you see, okay, you're gonna go back.
And ask him, are they about to get eaten by giant lizards if they go that way?
Oh, I can stop. Oh wait, you can't. You're just gonna ask that question, and he's gonna look at you like he doesn't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, that's what I figured. I'm just gonna back up behind
but
them.
Wilvain can hear you.
This is so painful.
Like, let's
we're
not go that way.
Imagine if none of you spoke Draconic.
Right. Oh Lord. Yeah, no, we'd be looting and pillaging by now. Damn it.
All right, so you're gonna back away. That's it.
I'm just gonna get behind Tick and no.
Okay. All right. Easy enough.
Yo, brother!
Nessa, you're up.
You know, Nate sometimes has some really good ideas. Not always, but sometimes he has some really good ideas. So we're just gonna.
Both the bard and the warlock are like, you know what? Being in the back's a good place for us. Let's just go back there.
By the communicator and the person that might save us.
Okay.
So. And I will ask Wilvain to ask Tick if they're gonna get eaten if we go that way.
By what?
Dude.
I mean,
whatever Nate just saw.
I think you can see. Oh wait, no, you can see a couple of them. All right, yeah.
By big scary lizard people. Maybe don't phrase it that way though.
They're not people. They're lizards. They're like.
Lizards.
Yeah, lizards, but they're just huge.
Komodo dragon, some shit.
Yeah.
And then
No folk, just lizard.
Yeah.
the lizard folk are the hatchlings to them.
So yeah, Wilvain, if you could communicate that for me, I'd be incredibly grateful.
All right.
Wilvain?
He can't.
It's not my turn.
Oh, he can't speak at all? My bad. Okay. I'm
All right.
sorry to
You get
tell
like a minor interaction, but I can't like go on.
Yeah. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then charges right up there. Why does he keep bouncing like that?
Yeah.
So how loud is them just sprinting through the mud?
Yeah, like it is a lot of sloshing, splashing, just absolute chaos of slappy mud. You know, all over the place. So that was that one. He just ran in. Okay. Next up, we have. Dun dun dun. All right. So this is this guy. He's also gonna go. And comes up on that side of you, Mel, and that's all it can do. Now, with that, Tick, 10, 20, all right, runs up and back, down, back. Friend is good, friend, not as food. Down. Kind of talking to them almost as if they were aggressive dogs than giant lizards.
Dwarves are friend.
Yeah, not food. Exactly.
Unless you're talking to an orc.
So, and you notice the two that are closest to you kind of stop what they're doing, and their demeanor has changed. Where now they're no longer hunched forward. They're way less aggressive than they were before. And Mel, it's your turn.
Quick question for you on. You know what? I think I'm going to. So, as far as the shield master feat that I have, it says I can shove somebody with my shield if I take an attack action. Can we modify that model mildly? That I just use my shield to shove Sealbold Thorgrim behind me, so I can interject myself between him and.
I mean, technically, he's already behind you.
Wow, I want to be more. I want to be more giggity. I want to be more between him and the lizards.
Okay.
So that.
I mean, yeah, I got you. So you're trying to shove. I mean, you can shove. That's just a strength check.
I want to shove Thorgrim straight behind me, out of the way.
I love how you still call him Thorgrim. Anyway, sorry. You're gonna push him?
Yeah, I'm pushing him out of the way of the lizard.
Now the question that I have is, you're about to get shoved by Thorgrim, or by God damn it, by Mel. By Mel. Are you going to resist?
Oh no.
No? All right, then we're not even going to bother with a roll. Okay. So yeah, you get shoved back.
All right.
5 feet into the wall. I'm not going to make you take damage, although that would be funny for me. So you get shoved backwards. Okay. So you shoved him 5 feet away. He's still well within range of one of those lizards.
I'll simply just raise my shield, ready in action to smack anything that wants to take a bite out of me, or Seeable.
Okay.
And my turn there.
All right, cool. So
I know you meant that you were going to smack them if they hit him, but it sounded like we're just going to attack them, and if none of them attack you, then you're just going to smack Seeable.
That's kind of what I heard as well, which I thought was kind of funny.
I misspoke, and my apologies.
So another one kind of comes up, but it stops short when it sees Tick over there just yelling and holding up his hands, essentially giving commands. To the rest of you, it just sounds like he's speaking in some sort of authoritative tone. To the best of your knowledge, it's an authoritative tone. All right, and with that, Wilvane, you're gonna run forward.
Hello.
Yeah, so you can see, the big cave with the big mud pit, and you can see two giant lizards that are kind of standing there, not so much aggressively, but they are standing extremely close to Mel. And it looks like they're not even really paying attention to him. They're actually looking at Tick more than any of the other group in your party.
End turn. I'm just gonna stand there.
There's hello, and he just talks to the lizard, says hello, and moves about his day. Perfect. So this one also moves up, but he doesn't move. He's not charging. Like the other two were just like, really quick, just charging through. This one kind of moves up with a little less gusto. More and looks more like it's curious than attacky. And kind of just looks at what's going on and doesn't really move forward all that much. Seabold.
Seabold just kind of rustles up his cloak, his hood, and just kind of shape shifts under it and pulls the cloak back, and he's in lizard folk form.
Okay.
And just kind of trying to match the tone that he heard TikTok say to these creatures, but doesn't know what the hell he said or what it sounded like. Just trying to take those tones.
Give me a performance check.
Sure. All right, let me get in there. Performance in here. Boop-boop-a-doo.
Because essentially you're trying to mimic what he's doing,
sure.
So...
Barely.
So... You think you do your best at saying the exact words that were being said by Tick. And It seemed like, I mean, they weren't really, they seemed less likely to attack anyway once Tick got moved up there, but it seems like maybe it worked? Maybe? Not sure yet, but maybe.
Oh, Lord.
I think I did it, everybody.
We're doomed.
Did I do it? Yeah. Is that all you're doing, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Making sure.
And turn.
Yep, that's what I wanted to double check.
Tracker up.
Did he do it? What did it sound like to me? What did...
So what you were hearing Tick basically say was, stop, heal, these are friends. And what you heard was, strut, eat the friends. That's what you heard.
Oh, God, mother dragons.
Doomed.
Close enough.
All right.
Nice.
He said nice. All right. And lastly, this other one kind of walks up, kind of sees what's going on, and then just kind of says meh, and moseys kind of back somewhere out of your line of sight, deeper into the cave. And with that, we're back up to the top of the hour. That's gonna be, let me get these people like that. Perfect. Yeah, Nate, you're back up.
Just gonna stand there and look pretty or something, because I don't want to be anywhere near that situation right now.
Okay, perfect. Like, I don't want to be anywhere near the snapping mouthies. Yeah, no worries. Cool. Nessa, what about you?
I'm gonna go, oh God. I'm gonna go right here
Okay.
and make Nate my human shield.
The bard hiding behind the other glass cannon. Perfect.
I'll just, yeah, exactly. One of us is squishier than the other, but we don't.
That's true. And he's the one squishier than you. And you're the one hiding behind him. All right, and with that, remember, you don't have to be faster than the wolves. You just got to be faster than the other person running with you. All right.
Yup.
So it looks like after a bit of time that whatever it was being said seems to have taken place, and the guard lizards have been called off. And the ones almost look a little bit disappointed that they didn't get to eat anybody. And kind of hisses as they back up and move back into the cave. And that's these two. And so as Tick kind of moves up to the edge of the mud and holds his hands up, and the rest of them just kind of look at it just like, okay, I think all the fun is done for here. And this guy moves, and now he goes back into the cave, and now Mel, what you doing?
I'll lower my shield, holster my weapon, but I'll still have my shield out.
Okay.
And give a slight bow to Toe here. Thank you.
Okay. He looks. He called him Toe. Yeah. Brother. Brother.
Oh, wait. Wrong campaign.
Yeah, the completely wrong campaign. I was sitting back here going, like, are we going back to the Kobold Brothers? What's going on here?
If only.
Dude, I heard Pagan say brother and like, it's just
We
that's
had-
where I went.
In
Sorry.
a previous campaign, we had two Kobold brothers One's name was Tick, the other one's name was Tack. But when they stood on each other's shoulders and put on a big trench coat, they became their alter ego Toe, so they could walk around in lands and no one would know that they were kobolds.
Oh my god.
So that's
glorious.
So the fact that he called him Toe is just a callback to that individual.
The multiverse.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed my
Oops.
warlock. I do. Yeah, whoopsie doodle.
All right. So yeah, with that, as you nod, he kind of nods back in return. And with that, unless anyone's going to like actually attack these things, which I don't think any of you really wanted to, you're no longer in initiative order. Everything has calmed down.
Well done, Fogrim. You did it.
Thank you.
I like how Mel said,
At this point, I'm full. It doesn't matter.
He's got their names wrong for so long. He could have actually been talking to him.
At this point, I just assume he is. At this point,
And every
I've been
time
Thorgrim to this little. I've been Thorgrim to this halfling, or
Yep.
hold on, this hatchling for so long.
Yes, the hatchling.
right? So every time you're saying Thorgrim, he's thinking you're talking to yourself.
Yeah. Honestly, at this point, Mel's gonna keep his shield out in his left hand while we walk through.
Just ready, just in case something
innately.
comes down.
I've been threatened too many times in the last 2 minutes, so.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, last couple of hours. There looks like this place isn't as completely friendly as initially had thought, but I guess it's a good thing you had a friend with you.
I'm glad we came in the front door, not the back in this particular case. Also,
right.
gig. Yeah.
So with
We came in the back door.
yeah, I mean you came in the side door really. So is
Still a good time.
he waves for you to go ahead and go. Is safe. Will not attack. They are guard the lizard.
What?
Uh,
No, like,
And that's to that's to Wilvane because he knows none of the rest of you speak Draconic. So
what is that?
I'm essentially following him, trying to stay off his one shoulder at this point. Just giving that side eye to these big old fat chonky lizards.
Yeah,
Stay
they're-
as close as humanly possible to
okay, stay by this guy. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. I change out of lizard folk on the way as an action. Just kind of back to. I guess I'll go back to Thorgrim's.
So while as you do that, the tick turns to you and says a bunch of things in Draconic that you don't understand. However, Wilvane, you hear, I am not knowing you could also speak our language. How did you learn it so quickly when you could not speak it before? Your pronunciation is a little off, but if you have just learned, you are doing very well. But you're like, all you hear is.
I just
Glorious.
I just point at him with fingers, guns, just trying to mimic.
Pew pew. Squeak squeak.
Zoop.
Squeak squeak.
Guns.
All right, perfect. So you're just gonna finger gun at him, and apparently he looks at you and
He looks at me.
yeah, it
Looks at
just
you.
just looks at you. Just
Okay.
opens his mouth like he wants to say something, but no words or sounds or anything comes out. He just maybe you do not understand. And he kind of turns and walks off. All right, so he continues this way. And you're all
Where are
probably
we going, Tick? That's
this way.
for.
Show you more people.
Do they speak common?
Do not know. So as he kind of walks up, he starts walking a little bit further north for you. And as he moves that way, you can see kind of a fairly long walkway going on. And that walkway to the north here goes pretty far. Jesus, y'all are all walking. Yes, indeed, you're talking. Take a look at me. All right.
These boots are made for walking.
That's right. So as you walk up, over to the side, there's just a couple of lizard folk sitting in this, about 3, sitting in this small room. More than likely, based on its close proximation to the cave that you were just in, this is probably, a guard location. If they start hearing the lizards really chomping down on stuff, they come out to, investigate that sort of thing. It looks like they were getting ready to kind of move out, but as they see Tick and the rest of you kind of moving up, they relax their stance and kind of continue. Wilvain, you hear him go, "No, allies," and everyone can see Tick just kind of shrug and continue on his way.
Why are you shrugging, Tick? I mean, not your allies, is it?
You order, maybe.
Does the shrug mean maybe?
Perhaps. Again, you, as the Queen has said, know the people, and the people will make that decision for her. Did you also hear that, dog?
Yes, I did.
I thought that was a giant lizard.
Waves as I pass by the people. Just kind of hi.
Yeah, they look at you. They don't draw weapons or anything, but yeah, they're definitely kind of up in the area. So
I'm actually curious about something.
What's up?
As we pass, can I tell that they're like guard types? Are they?
Oh yeah, I
armed?
mean they obviously a lot of folks that you've seen in here haven't been wearing their armor. All of these individuals are wearing armor. So they're all armored up. They do already have like weapons, on them at the side. So they look ready for any kind of combat. You can kind of safely assume that's probably what they're there for.
Can I tell what kind of weapons they're holding? Like forge made or primitive?
Oh, every weapon that you've seen throughout this entire place has not been made of metal. They've all been essentially kind of stone, bushcraft type weapons, spears, clubs, stone, axes, things like that.
As we pass, I touch our guide Tick on the shoulder, and I do the same motion that I did when I created that weapon between my hands. Can I make them another weapon? Wilvin, can you ask me if I can have an hour to make them some weapons?
I think he needs to use the bathroom.
Must wait. Go here. Meet hatchling.
There isn't one here. You'll have to wait.
Okay. Go here, you said. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
so
following you.
Yep. He motions for you all to follow, and takes you to another door and opens it up. And there is This is probably one of the noisiest places of the entire area that you've seen so far. There's a lot of noise. There's a lot of commotion, and all over the place. There's well over a dozen lizard folk adults here, and hatchlings as well. They're all kind of mingling together. They're, talking amongst themselves. And some of the young are sleeping. Some of them are playing with each other, things like that. A lot of the adults are chatting with each other. Some are rubbing some sort of oil on their scales. Kind of just, it's almost like a social hour in here a little bit, while the little ones play around.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
Just gotta
Rubbing each other with oil sounds good to me.
Walt's right in there.
all right. Yeah. So
Walking on his tiptoes, he's making himself look as tall as possible. He's
Real conscientious.
2'8" now.
2'8", yeah. Towering, or almost in some cases the same size, in some cases a little bit smaller, but all the hatchlings and you are about the same height, give or take. And some of them instantly kind of gravitate towards you. One holding out what looks to be a lizard folk doll, made of woven plants that kind of together and stuffed with something, not entirely sure what, and kind of holds it out to you and shakes it up and down right in your face.
Gentle, Wolverine.
Wolverine will hold his hand out. Yeah. Are they passing it to me, or are they? He'll reach out.
I mean, you okay? Yeah, and you get it from them, and they smile a big toothy smile, and run over to a group of other, and kind of points towards you, and the next thing you know, you're getting bum rushed by about 5 lizard folk hatchlings. That are all running to meet their new friend.
Hello.
I step forward.
Give me a strength check real quick.
What for?
Oh, because they're tackling you.
Does not resist.
So the next thing you know, you basically are knocked to the ground as 5 of these little scaly hatchling kids just kind of crawl all over you, giggling and screeching and hissing and making all those noises. And you can hear all around as the adults are watching, this small pink skin suddenly be completely drowning in a sea of lizard folk hatchlings. And they all start laughing.
Wolverine finds this hilarious too. He's laughing around.
Mel steps into the room as well, leans up against the wall. Be gentle with them, would you, Wolverine? Be gentle.
Their faces are too small anyway. It's not worth it.
All right. So Nessa, give me a strength check.
Oh.
What? No.
It's not under
Either give me it. No. It's just on your strength ability score on its own. You're rolling that. You can use Dex if you want.
Under the main tab.
Yep, under main tab.
Stealth is +3. Dex +2. Let's do Dex.
All right, with a 12. So, as you're standing there, something kind of sweeps your leg from behind, and you almost lose your balance, but you catch yourself, only to find those 2 hatchlings that you remember from the throne room come rushing past you, nearly knocking you down as they rush into the nursery.
Incoming!
Apparently, they've been following you this whole time, and none of you have noticed.
Tiny things incoming.
And they immediately add to the dog pile on top
in there, though.
of Wilvane.
Does Mel hear Nessa calling out?
You definitely hear her call out.
I want to step into the door as she calls out, incoming, just lazily blocking the door. They can get past me if they want to, but...
how are you blocking the door?
I'm essentially stepping into it, giving enough of a gap that they can blow by me if they want to, but like I'm stepping into the door, leaving like 2-3 feet on either side, kind of thing.
Okay.
They're coming straight, they're gonna hit me, but
How are your legs positioned?
relatively wide.
Okay. Cool. One goes immediately down on all fours and scuttles between your legs. And the other one tries to kind of scoot by and jump and gets a little stuck against your body in the door and squeals a little bit as it tries to skip by.
I roll to let him free real quick. I'm not really truly trying to bar him, but play with him a little bit.
When the squeal came out, the adults in the room looked a little bit maybe annoyed, irritated, perhaps incensed. But as soon as you kind of let them loose, that kind of calmed down.
I start chuckling a little bit and pointing and laughing at Wilvane a little bit, just kind of trying to play with the whole idea of what's going on. Trying to have fun with the kids, not be a jackass, you know?
Okay.
Wilvane will Misty step out of this.
Okay. Where you going? Where you going?
I want to go next to one of the adults in the corners. Where are they?
Yeah, they're. I don't have them. I didn't put them on the map. But yeah, they're
just
kind
next to
of
one of the grown
cool.
ones.
Yeah, no problem. So you just misty step over here by where some of the adults are sitting. The dog pile collapses when there's suddenly, one less body at the bottom of it, and they kind of just all implodes on itself. A lot of them getting up all confused on what just happened. Did you take that doll with you, or is it still there?
They should still have it, and they will announce to him, "That's enough," and hold out the doll.
So one of them runs up to you, takes it out of your hands, throws it up and down a little bit, and then kind of runs over to his friends again as they go about their playtime business. There's a lot of bemused looking faces, or at least what you can only assume is bemused. It doesn't look hostile from the adults in the room. Now this room itself, other than of course all of those, there's a bunch of straw mattresses, which again some of the kids are sleeping on, and there's also some tables with some earthenware jugs and things like that. And in this room itself, there's also a door to the north, other than the door that you also came into.
As I approach Wilvane, I'll give a nod and about the group of adults he's near. Just hands up a little bit, just trying to be really friendly about my approach. Real soft.
Okay.
Wilvane will wave everybody in if they want to.
Missed the light, so I'm adding it. Perfect. All right. So yeah, what's everybody else doing?
Walk in and wave.
Whoops.
And go.
I didn't mean to grab you. I meant to grab this guy. All right. I know that's
No, I let it go, Alan. I just let that one go.
But yeah, so as you're kind of getting a better look at the entirety of the room, there's definitely a lot of little ones in here and definitely a lot of adults in here as well. And like I said, there's, a lot of the tables just have, some food, snacky foods, it looks like. Kind of free reign. Some of the adults are pulling out plates. The children kind of just grab stuff, throw it in their mouth and go. Lots of different things here.
Wilvain will ask, does anybody here speak common? My friends here
Speak
don't
little.
have the tongue.
Speak little.
Oh, short sentences. Oh, okay.
No, you're little and you're speaking.
Wilvain will cast disguise self and grow a foot taller. Is this better?
He's only making a joke. Welcome.
Gonna give me a complex. Where was that enlarged spell I was reading about?
But welcome, you seem to have made friends with little ones.
Is this another small joke? What's...
No, this time I'm talking about the hatchlings.
They're so curious and have much energy.
Yes,
Yes.
and I don't want to take their faces. They're too small.
Excuse me?
Oh Lord.
Their faces are too small.
We're making a great impression again, I see.
Why would you take the face of a hatchling?
I wouldn't. That's what I'm saying. Only the fully grown ones.
Oh my god.
Oh my God, no.
Is this common or draconic? Do we understand what's going on?
No, well, so he is speaking common. This one is speaking common.
Wilvain, that's just wildly inappropriate. We're trying to make a good impression with these folks. He's kidding myself. He doesn't mean any of that.
He is a little delirious. He decided to eat raw meat in the kitchen and threw up and hasn't really eaten since.
Probably sick at this point.
Immediately, Nessa takes out her lute and starts playing music to distract everyone.
Ding 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 ding. Pay no attention to the psycho gnome.
Halfway there. Oh, lizards have no hair. And
Oh,
she
wow.
Just keeps playing. She just keeps playing over and over again.
Give me a performance check.
Okay, performance. Here we go.
Give me a performance check.
This one I say. I rolled
And
this
you're
one.
you're a bard. You should probably be good at this,
This one.
right?
Yeah.
All right.
There we go. Oh, delightful.
So as you start singing, immediately the kids all kind of run up and kind of form a circle around you. Each one of them kind of jostling and trying to get up as close as they can as you play the music, and all of them singing kind to really enjoy themselves while all this is going on. Even some of the adults are paying attention to you as you play.
It seems to me you live your life like a lizard in the wind.
Good job. Yeah.
These were the songs you were writing while you were standing outside while that conversation was going.
100% Alan. I have 4 more of them. Okay, so.
All right. Well spent those couple of hours sitting
you.
bored while everyone was talking.
Yep.
So while many of them don't understand the words you're saying, they do feel the with your singing and the performance you're putting on. They're enjoying it. Let's get a persuasion check, both from Wilvain and from Nessa.
What was that, perception?
Persuasion?
Persuasion. That's much better.
Yeah.
Okay. Persuasion. Ba-da-ba-ba-da. Did mine roll?
No, not yet.
Okay. Try again. Roll. Yay.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
There we go.
Cool. Perfect. Okay. So after spending, a couple of hours playing with the kids and speaking a little bit with the folks in what you now know to be the nursery, where a lot of the little ones, spend their time and play and keeping out of, from being underfoot. So that's what this location is, and that's what these folks are, and everyone is having a grand old time. Someone's mic's doing snow.
Probably mine.
Little noise, little extra noise gate, maybe.
Little extra, yeah.
Wilvane wants to speak to Tick.
Okay.
Tick, why would you take people you don't know your allies to the hatchlings?
Is simple. Those that treat the weakest well shall be also treating the strongest well.
Wouldn't you not worried we would harm them?
He looks
very risky.
He looks at this group of at least 20 adults that are in this room. You would not have left the doors alive had you tried.
Explosive things come in small packages, Tick.
Blood comes out of them all the same.
Is this thing common by chance?
No, this is all draconic.
All right.
Just be. You never know.
Can Nessus read that mood? Is there a mood going on?
So give me an insight roll.
This and here.
All right. Oh yeah. So you're kind of detecting a kind of not so much intense, but more of a cold, factual feeling coming from Tick.
Okay. So then I'm I play louder, and I'm we're off to see some lizards. The wonderful lizard talk. And I try to play towards him.
I got you. This one writes song for me.
Yes.
That he's talking to Wilbane.
No, sorry. Yeah.
This one makes song for me.
Maybe I wasn't listening. What?
Good to know. Good to know. With things kind of starting to wind down, some of the kids are kind of going down for naps and stuff like that, and the rambunctiousness of the room is kind of started to calm. At this point, you think you've done all that you can probably do here with these folks, as far as meeting them and talking with them and things like that.
Mel will bow at the lizard folk that was just speaking with Wilvane as he makes for the door.
Yeah, that's your guide. That's Tick.
Yep. So we off to the next room to meet more folks.
All right, and let's see, what time is it? It's about 9:30. It's about that time. We've got 2 rooms. Well, you've visited with 2 different groups. You've made an impression. How good of an impression we still don't know yet, but you've made an impression. with a couple of different groups, and I mean, hell, you even dropped a bunch of presents off to them and everything else. So that would have to help, right?
Hopefully.
I'll keep singing Tick tons of songs, man.
You're just gonna sing songs all day long. Got it.
Yeah. Like I said, I've got more. So let's do this when we can. I'm ready.
All right, cool. Yeah, so I think we're going to go ahead and call it here. We got two major things kind of figured out and ran with. Nearly avoiding a fight with some lizards, and nearly avoiding a fight with some lizard folk. You're lucky you have Tech with you. Apparently he's, working hard trying to keep you from getting yourselves, murderated by things here.
Good man. Well, good lizard, still.
Yeah. So I think we're going to go ahead and call it. And with that, thank you all very much. We're going to go and say hi to all the folks that were here playing with us tonight. Right below me, we got Nessa, played by the Rusty Panda. What's the Rusty Panda got going on?
The Rusty Panda now does Wiki Wednesdays every Wednesday, and next one will be featuring Captain E-Rock over there. We are going to be talking about all sorts of fun things, and you should definitely come along at the Rusty Panda with 2 A's. Also now doing the vocals and keyboard along with guitar, not at the same time because that would be weird. But otherwise, yeah, it's a good time.
How would you that's too many hands.
Too many hands? Yep.
Yeah. All right. Excellent. Speaking of Captain E-Rock, let's go to Captain E-Rock next. Plays Seabold.
Seabold, Thorgrim, Lizard Folk, whatever else we can come up with along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, Captain E-Rock here on the Twitch mostly, and don't have the best schedule right now, but we'll be on tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern with Snarky Shark doing some Code Vein. So some anime waifu action tomorrow, and then usually the schedule this last week was like 10 to 5, so Eastern time. So I'm trying to stick to something like that. So yeah.
See how it goes. All right, Mel. You got anything going on, my friend, or you just kind of?
No, sir. I'm still playing to that whole working man schedule.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Nate is just my mod. He does nothing. He'll probably tell you that himself. If I just say, Nate, what do you got going on? He's like, nothing. I'm just your mod. That's what he would say.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Yeah, see, exactly. That's perfect. And last but not least is Danabo, who can say what he wants to say about himself right now. Go.
As Alan knows, because I need to message him back, I do edit for a couple of channels. We just released a big video on Ukraine, interviewing some mine sappers.
Ooh.
If you'd like to give it a watch, that'll be nice. Give it a like, comment. Yeah, I need to get back with Alan talking about how we're going to upload this. Because, yeah, I'll be happy to do it, Alan.
I just...
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, please.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Perfect. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for watching. We should be back in 2 weeks, but again, weird things happen with adult schedules. One of the things about this game is that it's played like an actual at-the-table game. So when you're an adult, you gotta do adult things, and you don't always get to play when you want to. So bear with us. We're gonna play as often as we can, as much as we can, and if you want more weird shenanigans with terrible inside jokes, come see us again in a couple of weeks, and we'll love to have you. So with that said, I want y'all to be good to yourselves, be good to each other. Remember, you only have one life to live. So does everyone else around you. Try to make their lives better than what it was when you got there, or at a minimum, don't make it worse. I will see y'all tomorrow 10. That's when E-Rock starts at noon for Ishin, for Like a Dragon Ishin. That's what we're doing tomorrow. And I will see y'all, and have a great night, and have a great weekend if I don't see you. Good night.
The eye rests. It has shown you all it can for now. This is not a time for sorrow, but a time for joy. When one chapter ends, lessons you have just witnessed. And